Dr. Xiaoxiao Fu as Associate Professor at the Lawson College of Hospitality Management, University of Central Florida. She holds a PhD in Tourism Management from Purdue University, Master in Marketing from Johns Hopkins University, and BA from Peking University. Wow. And her research focuses on consumer behavior, experience, and well-being in tourism hospitality with expertise in designated marketing and branding, cross-cultural tourism. Dr. Fu has published over 100 articles, wow, in leading journals such as Tourism Management, Journals of Tourism Travel Research, and Annals of Tourism Research, and earning multiple international awards and high cited counts. She served as corresponding associate editor for the Journals of Destination Marketing Management and associate editor for Annals of Tourism Research, Empirical Insight, and she is positioned on the editorial board of 6 international journals. Dr. Fu was named among the world top 2% most cited researcher in 22, 23, 24 consecutively by Stanford University, which is top 2 or great honors. Okay, thank you. Please welcome Dr. Xiaoxiao Fu. Stage goes to you.
Thank you so much, Professor. May I share my
Sure.
PPT? Yeah.
Good.
Can you see this? Okay, perfect. Good. Okay. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing?
Good.
I hope everyone's doing great. Okay. My name is Dr. Xiaoxiao Fu. I'm associate professor from University of Central Florida, which actually located in the beautiful Orlando, Florida, United States. Okay. Thank you so much, Professor, for inviting me to share my research journey with you. I feel so deeply honored and humbled to be here. I know that some of you know me, some of you know my name, and others may probably have read my paper. Research is my true love, true passion, is my lifelong dedication. It's always on the top of my mind. Okay, the talk I will be giving today is about unraveling the complex driver of word of mouth in tourism, based on the insights from Lijiang. Okay, next. The following slides are about my academic background and research focus. First of all, I graduated from Peking University in Beijing, China, with a bachelor's degree in liberal arts. And after that, I received my master's degree in marketing from Johns Hopkins University's Carey Business School with different various scholarships. And after that, because since marketing can be applied to different areas, it fits very well with tourism. So lastly, I earned my PhD degree in tourism management from Purdue University in 2014 with the highest honor from the school as the Outstanding PhD Student Award. So for my experiences, professionally speaking, I'm currently associate professor at UCF since 2014. It's been a little bit over 11 years. I cannot believe it. Time flies so fast, okay? I was also invited to conduct research at Hong Kong PolyU in 2017, which actually gave me a global multicultural perspective on tourism research. Okay, this slide is very interesting, very exciting for me because this is about research expertise. My research areas focus on consumer behavior, consumer experience, and well-being in tourism hospitality. In particular, my work always focus on novel, original, and innovative finding in 3 pillars. You can see the figure 1 illustrating 3 pillars of my research journey. This pillar including tourist motivation, tourist experience and trip outcome. The first pillar is actually from my doctoral work, developing actually from 2012. Tourist motivations starting point. My doctoral work developed a novel tourist motivational scale inspired by Confucianism. And this work from dissertation was awarded GTTM Best Article of the Year. And my current research effort focus on tourist experiences, which is about on-site, takes place at the destination itself, with example of perceived authenticity, aesthetics, place attachment, something like that. And lastly, trip outcome. The very fundamental and the classic question is that what drives tourists to be happy, to be satisfied, and share experiences? Although this is a very ultimate classic questions, the answer always depends on the current situation, always depending our up-to-date circumstances. Okay, so the last pillar, actually is perfect aligned with my latest research. It's about word of mouth. I will share with you very soon. Okay, let me continue with my research expertise. Over the years, I've published more than 110 peer-reviewed papers in top-tier journals, and many papers are highly cited and with international awards. I also received high citations with very solid high index on Google Scholar. In terms of my editorial roles, I'm a associate editor for GDMM and others. I'm also an editorial board member for top-tier journals as listed on this slide. Okay. On this slide, there's my research award and recognitions from UCF Internal and Global International. For internal UCF, I received 2 types of research award for 2 times. For global international recognitions, I received world's top 2% of the most cited authors from 2021 to 2025 by Stanford University, and also earned Emerging Scholar of Distinction by International Academy for the Study of Tourism in 2022. Okay, but honestly, beyond the numbers, what keeps me going is about motivation, dedication, curiosity, inquisitive mind, consistency, and also perseverance. You notice that I don't mention the term of a talent. I don't believe talent in research. I firmly believe that hard work is way better, way more important than talent. So overall, I'm very eager to discover what is new in travel tourism by making an advancement and also transformation in this field, and also to empower others with real world challenges in the very unique setting of tourism. Okay.
Okay, before we move to the next stage,
Uh-huh.
if you're submitting your journal paper and a conference paper in the World Conference on Smart Tourism, your award list will be added to your CV again.
I will. Thank you. Let me get started, okay?
Okay.
With the research talk. The title, actually, AKA, is about what drives word of mouth in tourism. I will show you how the mechanism works. On today's agenda, I'll introduce the study, the literature review. I will discuss the methodology, the findings, and based on results, I will also deliver the conclusion, implications, limitations, opportunities for future research. It should be noted that I will use literature review instead of literature review, quality for qualitative and quant for quantitative, just for the ease of use. Lastly, I'll be very happy to answer questions in the Q&A session. Okay, first of all, the introduction. The very first question is that, how do we integrate offline and online experiences? Let's look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, okay? You notice that Wi-Fi and a battery life, very important. Technology, very powerful, right? Obviously, the two dimensions, they are part of our everyday life, our daily life. Let's narrow it down to travel tourism and think about integration of online, offline experiences. Let me ask the audience, can you guess just a few scenarios where offline and online experiences are integrated? For example, pre-trip, during the trip, and post-trip. Do you have any answers to my question, please?
Retreat. During trip. Post-trip.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Starting point. Okay. Let me proceed with a few pictures, okay? The first picture, can you guess where it is? Now you have noticed this part, which is like the tent. Give you a hint. It's from the northern China. Let us continue to guess the tent. What minority this belongs to?
Is Manchuria?
It's Inner Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Yeah,
Inner
Mongolia. Yeah. The city actually in the Mongolia is named Hulunbuir. Northern part, yeah. This actually from my friend who shared this picture on WeChat. And then we found, wow, it's beautiful. We formed the imagination expectation before visiting. For this picture, in terms of the pre-trip stage, the online reviews actually were turned into the offline expectations. Okay, let me continue with the next one. Okay, I know it's a little bit difficult for to see the name. The picture was taken by my friend in the restaurant named Lao Sui Yuan, located in Hohhot. This picture was taken by my friend, as always, which I considered as a real-time sharing because he posted this picture while he was still there, which is on-site stage. This picture immediately influences online. Therefore, this is for the during trip integration. Okay. I've noticed probably the 3 people playing with their phones, right? Probably taking picture for the food. By the way, the food, the breakfast was amazing. The milk tea is not very sweet, very salty, very tasty. Okay. Oh, this is a map from Inner Mongolia because my friend just concluded his trip from Inner Mongolia. Since I think many of you are tourism students, right? So geography is very important, right? So on this map, there are very important landmark cities. For example, Manzhouli, Hulunbuir, Chifeng, Erdos, Hohhot. Hohhot actually is a capital city of the province. Apologies, because Inner Mongolia is not a province. It's an autonomous region. Okay, so let's show the last one. Okay, this picture was shared with my friend as well. Integrating offline memories about a preference for the Mongolian milk tea is actually termed saute cai. Okay, very tasty. This is for the post-trip stage, reflecting experiences from online and also offline dimensions. I hope you enjoy the pictures. I also hope that you get some ideas of the integration of the online and offline factors. Let me continue. Here are a few simple, however, very important questions before getting started. First of all, how should we understand the complex mechanism driving word of mouth in tourism? And secondly, in which destination were the data collected? And thirdly, what findings emerged when we consider both online and offline experiences? And lastly, what did we learn, both theoretically and practically from the findings? Let me turn to the traditional role of offline experiences. Traditionally and primarily and almost exclusively, heritage destinations rely on offline experiences. No doubt, no question for that. So within the experiences, tourists engage in authenticities, take part in cultural rituals, and always connect with local people, okay, local residents. Therefore, these embodied experiences, they always create multisensory memories, and thereby stimulate word of mouth. Let me turn to the other hand of online engagement. Nowadays, social media has become very important driver of tourist perceptions, emotions, decision making. Within social media spaces, tourists, their personal experience and cultural narrative towards destinations actually are perfect blended. Through the social media platforms, tourists always share stories, for example, posting pictures and videos, which extend the influence beyond the visit. In other words, it always continues digitally. In terms of integration of online and offline dimensions, tourists oftentimes use and share information online and offline at the same time. This is what makes it very multi-dimensional experiences. This study examined both dimensions. On the one hand, online factors investigate emotion and imagination, and on the other hand, offline factors I also examined authenticity ethics. Together, both dimensions contribute to word of mouth behavior jointly. For research gaps, okay, previous research they examined online and also offline drivers towards word of mouth separately, but not both together. That's why they always overlook the integration of online offline factors in digital age. In fact, tourists almost always share online and offline experiences at the same time. In addition, net effect analysis, for example, those in regression SEM, they cannot capture complex interactions. Therefore, this study takes very unique standpoint using configurational approach to examine the combination factors, how online and offline factors contribute to word of mouth jointly. The research gaps always naturally lead to our study objectives. This study addressed the gaps by integrating online and offline factors in contributing to word of mouth at heritage destinations. The case actually took place in the old town of Lijiang in Yunnan province in China, with similar surrounding attraction destinations I will mention in the methodological section. This study proposed a theoretical model grounded in three major foundations, including experience economy, eidetic theory, and complexity theory. Okay, and for the methodological advance, I conducted a quality interview to identify online and also offline drivers towards word of mouth. And the following quality interviews, I use quantity survey and also use FSQCA to examine the combination among the factors, how they contribute word of mouth jointly. This study discovered the mechanism by not only highlighting the configuration of causal conditions, but also the complex drivers leading to high level of word of mouth. Okay.
Okay, I have a question for you about
yeah,
the introduction part.
Please.
You're talking about the online social media and offline experience. Just my question. The network and the social media network in the world pretty much, Facebook, YouTube, and
Mhm,
Twitter
mhm,
and TikTok and
mhm,
sort of things is all over the world people using it and sharing it and perceive it and react to it.
mhm,
So their reaction is pretty much diverse response uh, sentiment
mhm,
toward a contents
mhm,
posting from other people. And Chinese, and you have your own network in
mhm,
Chinese continent.
mhm,
Probably the number is larger than the world uh, application,
mhm,
but the pretty much homogeneous and pretty much the homogeneous and similar pattern of react or sentiment.
mhm.
What do you think about in terms of diversity and the various sentiment and homogeneous and similar reaction from the one country? It's not, it's just my opinion. So, what do you think about that? Have you thought about between two countries? One country is China, one other country is out of China, about social media or offline online experience and their reactive, sentiment.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is very good questions.
Mm,
Actually, I have listed in my literature in the limitation future research, future opportunity for future research, because social media platform are very different
mm,
even within one country in
mm,
China, very different. And
mm,
also to compare the contrast,
mm,
different culture, different countries will probably lead to different results, right?
mm,
So I totally agree with your suggestion. Probably I will take your wonderful suggestion to
mm,
proceed with my next study.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. Um, Personally, like what I talked to before we are starting. I highly interested in Chinese culture, and
Yeah.
I like Chinese people.
Mhm,
And however, you have your own identified, social media and an application, and powerful super chat and super WeChat, super
mhm.
the what is that? Another one.
And
Alibaba chat.
Douyin, TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
However, there is a very powerful super applications, but
Mhm,
we are not acquainted with those super applications outside of the China,
mhm.
and people uh, in China are not accessible to global apps. So
Yeah.
there
For
is
example,
a
Facebook.
you
Yeah.
there is a digital wall, like you Chinese people built a big, uh, wall, great wall,
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago, the dependency from Mongolia to the
Mm-hmm.
Han Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
So you people like now is a digital wall. And how can we conversing both two sides is not conversing, but
Mm-hmm.
understanding from both sides. So my curiosity, if a scholar analyze that kind of a homogeneous pattern or one cultural, aspect, and also comparing to the diverse culture and diverse acts, that would be a comparison result of two sides, which
Mm-hmm.
one is Chinese side, another is global side.
Mm-hmm.
That's I have suggested and propose Chinese super apps,
Yeah.
how they differ from the global and China.
Yeah. Love your idea so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's my idea.
Yeah. 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 let me think about it because that's like a huge idea for me to handle right now. Let me think about it. I will answer your question after talk. How about this?
I already launching the special issue about that issue.
Uh-huh.
The Chinese super app
Yeah,
and Word. There
yeah,
is now is collecting papers in electronic markets,
yeah.
which is SSCI top journal in MIS field,
Mm-hmm.
and there's you can check it out the Google and there is a title the research on uh, the Chinese super apps and in global. Uh,
I will definitely because Chinese people they deal with different like a social media platform on like Facebook or Instagram and always like deal with WeChat and also TikTok, which
yes, yes,
Douyin
yes,
every
yes.
day. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
based on their cultural background, very different from like
Uh-huh.
US
Uh-huh.
people. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Functionally, it's more powerful than other, global apps.
yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
I, I totally agree, and I using the AliChat, Alipay. It's very very useful, very
Yeah,
powerful,
yeah, of
and
course.
which is so convenient in
Hmm.
China.
Yeah, indeed.
But outside of China, so we can access it, and China is not allowed to use other, global apps. So
Hmm.
whenever I visiting China, it's a
Hmm.
very tough game to access my Facebook, access my Google and
Yeah, yeah,
Facebook,
yeah,
and so even though I'm connecting to my global, uh, the connection, but the global connection doesn't work very well in China. So
yeah,
I have to access to Chinese Wi-Fi connection, and which is not allowed to access global
yeah.
apps.
Go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah, in China, you need to jump the wall. Yeah.
mm,
To
there's a
get
world
in.
war, offline war there, and a online war here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
very interesting. Okay, let me continue.
okay, sure.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Okay, for literature review. We have three major theoretical foundation, including experience economy by Pine Gilmore, eidetic theory by Dewey, and complexity theory by Fish. The first the first stream of theoretical foundation, the experience economy, was the definition of experience economy. In simple language, people want experiences. There are four dimensions of experience economy: entertainment, education, aesthetics, escapism. Let me move on to the next figure showing the four dimension of the experience economy. Entertainment in simple language it means sit back, enjoy, you watch. For education, it means learn by doing, you learn. For aesthetics, it means soak it in, you feel. And lastly, for escapism, it means dive right in, you do. Okay, it's very easy for you to understand. Um, for the dimensions, horizontal and vertical, horizontal dimensions meaning participation from active to passive versus vertical dimensions about connection to environment, absorption and immersion. What's the difference between absorption and immersion? Absorption means experience comes into the tourist with the perfect example of online shopping. On the other hand, for immersion, it's about tourists enter into the experiences with the perfect scenario of visiting a heritage site. Okay, in terms of context-specific experience design, the four dimensions indeed, they do not apply equally everywhere. Therefore, experience economy equals multidimensional and always depends on the context, different situations. In particular, for heritage destinations, it focused aesthetics and also escapism experiences. Therefore, effective experiences design is perfectly aligned with the nature side, motivation, and something like that. Let's move on to the second one. It's very exciting because since the beauty is most important and very noticeable in our everyday life. Based on American philosopher, psychologist Dewey, art is actually about experiences. Therefore, that experiences meaning noticing and feeling the beauty around us because it comes from balance, rhythm, and harmony. Link the beauty to the experience economy. What does it mean? Because people need to be very open and ready to enjoy beauty. Therefore, we need to notice, feel, appreciate what is around us. This definition is very similar to Pine Gilmore effect experiences, which I actually showed before. Effect experience is about immersion. This is about where people enjoy something by observing and take it in. It's about immersion. What makes something beautiful actually leads to beauty in everyday life, because beauty is not only in art, only displayed in art galleries. Beauty comes from the unity, combining different parts together. Therefore, it's part of our everyday life. This statement is supported by existing research showing that beauty comes from different domains. To experience beauty, as I said before, people need to be open, aware, appreciate the unity and variety of nature and humanity, because beauty actually is everywhere. To narrow it down to the tourism setting, aesthetic moments and beauty makes travel and life more meaningful. Complexity theory, the last stream of theory for the study, based on face. Complexity theory emphasizes how different factors work together. In other words, different paths can lead to the same results. It emphasizes that causes are interactive and always dependent on the context. Therefore, there's no single factor explaining outcomes by itself. In terms of interacting conditions, what really matters is how conditions combine to produce results. In the very unique context of tourism, both online and offline experiences contribute to word of mouth. In other words, multiple recipes can lead to similar word of mouth outcomes as supported by existing research. Integrating theories. This study integrates three streams of theories, including experience economy, effective theory, and also complexity theory. Together, the three streams of theories, they help us to explain how online offline factors create complex tourism experiences. Let me just simply introduce online offline factor, and after that I'll discuss in details. For online factors, I focus on imagination, prolificity, positive effect, and other hand, offline factors, I examined perceived authenticity in architecture, perceived authenticity in traditional culture, aesthetics. By considering both online and offline aspects, destinations can create personalized, memorable experiences, and at the same time, tourists can share richer and more authentic stories. Using complex theories, this study will be able to explain how and why similar word-of-mouth outcomes can be emerging from different experiences. I will show the figure 1 very soon. This framework is guided by complexity theory containing multiple interacting factors. It also shows how online and offline experiences combine to contribute word of mouth. Okay, this is figure 1, conceptual framework illustrating the factors driving word of mouth, okay? You notice that the online and offline factors are combined, how they contribute word of mouth.
How about this part? Oh.
I'm sorry, let me go back,
question.
please. What's your question?
This question. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Online, offline,
Yeah.
also overlap area.
Yeah.
Probably there's a few online pure
Mhm.
offline.
Mhm.
And people, while they are traveling and they are concurrently using online, offline, in and out.
Mhm.
So probably that instant reaction, they may change their feeling and emotion, arousal, whenever they are touching the screen. And the offline business, offline experience, okay, I never felt that uh, uh, feeling
Mhm.
caused by that offline experience.
Mhm.
But a just connecting to the online, and the
Mhm.
online telling the story of that site by storytelling, by the summary, by text, by image, that
Mhm.
probably which cause emotional arousal uh, by uh, by affection, through affection, through the cognition.
Mhm.
So people only talking about the emotional arousal by the sensory feeling, and by eyesight, and but however, like when you mentioned the memorial stuff, the memorial stuff is it's not just from right now situation, is a recalling or retrieving from the past when
Mhm.
I had experience with other people when I was young or whatever time.
Mhm.
That is not just because of sensory, it's because of conscious in long-term memory.
Mhm.
And long-term memory is belonging to the family background, educational background, and some sort of the childhood experience.
Mhm.
So probably depending on the childhood experience and the
Yeah.
family background and the long-term memory may indirectly or directly influence to the online experience, even though online experience and offline experience at the same time.
Mhm. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I love your perspective integrating different, like for example, perspective, even back to childhood.
Mm,
Very interesting
mm,
because memory is very
mm,
important construct in our study, right?
mhm,
Memory.
mm,
To measure memory,
mm,
we need to take at least like a little bit like a longitudinal
mm.
perspective to measure
Yes.
memory. Yeah.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
memory actually my favorite topic right now. Uh, mm,
For
because
example, like I
yeah,
like the Confucian theory, and
yeah, yeah,
if I get
Confucianism.
to the Kung and
Uh-huh.
your hometown, and I
Uh-huh.
have a bit more knowledge of Confucianism and philosophy of Kung Fu, and that I
Uh-huh.
probably this this experience in your hometown, Kung Fu,
Uh-huh.
it's very different from other people who just physically been there. And
Uh-huh.
I have a memory, I have learning contents from the textbook, and I
Uh-huh.
get your hometown, and wow, this is a real uh, Confucian hometown, and I feel very different from other general tourists,
Uh-huh.
and which is connection and connecting to my long-term memory when I was young and
Yeah,
reading
yeah, yeah.
the philosophy book,
Mm-hmm.
and that is and also I was born and grown up in the Confucian family, and my
Mm-hmm.
father and grandfather talking about the Confucian theory all the time,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and there was affect me when I been your hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just coming from sensory uh,
Mm-hmm.
sightseeing, is
Mm-hmm.
but memory or long-term affection, and then connecting and engaging me the appearance. It means the
Yeah, yeah.
essential point and the long-term memory aspect together.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
which is
Definitely.
inspiring hugely. So probably I'm proudly say I've been here, and I finally got to the Shandong province and Kongfu hometown.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
my word of mouth is more strong,
Mm-hmm.
and feel wow, something like that. So
Yeah,
even
yeah.
more inspired, even more kind of so delight moment.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not just not just the experience in physical or offline uh,
Mhm.
your hometown.
Mhm.
So I think some of people say the traditionally the academically talking about the aesthetic point and the authentic point and
Mhm.
sensory feeling, which is very naturally and necessary and true. But we, people, travelers, we are connecting to the long-term memory
Mhm. Yeah, for
that
sure.
is connecting to the now situation.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. I love your insightful suggestion. For example, memory and also long-term perspectives are definitely worth investigation in future research because this study we just focus on like a snapshot instead
Okay.
of long-term. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Um, shall we continue,
Sure,
please?
sure, sure.
Okay. For next, online offline factors, let me discuss like details. For online factors, I focus on imagination, prolificity, and also positive effect. Because social media platforms they always allow interaction between media and users. Such interactions always shape how tourists perceive, feel, and talk about destinations. For imagination, prolificity was the definition. Social media platforms always deliver interaction between the platform and users. To enjoy the content, individuals need to use their imagination. Therefore, imagination always serves as a moderator, which strengthens or weakens emotional effects. However, beyond moderator effect, imagination also directly predict behaviors. Based on existing research listed on this slide, argue that imagination helps connect and also bridge virtual and physical tourism experiences. There are some like outcome directly from imagination prolificity. For example, it leads to motivation, perceptions, and also word of mouth. Therefore, imagination is a direct driver that promotes engagement and sharing. Let's me to turn to positive effect. What does it mean by positive effect? In simple language about positive emotion, it refers to emotional reactions to sensory experiences or media stimuli. For example, tourists being very happy, excited, which increase the sharing to spread word of mouth and word of mouth. Based on existing research, therefore, positive fact is a key point, key bridge connecting experience and communication. To summarize online factors, both dimensions, imagination, prolificity, and positive fact, were found to contribute to word of mouth. Together, the both dimensions, they contribute to the fact that how tourists create and share experiences online. Let me turn to the offline, which is on-site experiences. Perceived authenticity. What does it mean by authenticity? Authenticity means tourist sense of genuineness and also means tourist feeling about the place to be true to its origin. It's shaped by sensory engagement and also personal interactions. It also includes both tangible and intangible elements I will discuss very soon. For perceived authenticity, architecture is actually a tangible element, including design, scale, uniqueness, interior, and ambience. This study takes a holistic view to combine architecture and sculpture. It was proven that perceived authenticity architecture enhance experiences, thereby stimulate word of mouth. For traditional culture, perceived authenticity in traditional culture is intangible heritage, including local customs, crafts, attire, and artifacts. Based on existing research, perceived authenticity in traditional culture, improves satisfaction, and then promotes word of mouth. For aesthetics, there are two forms of beauty as listed here. Order aesthetics versus aura aesthetics. What does it mean and what kind of dimension they have? Order aesthetics meaning structure and organization, including balance, symmetry, and harmony. On the other hand, aura aesthetics means tourist feelings and also atmosphere, including simplicity, purity, tranquility. As a result, both dimensions, they positive influence tourist sharing and then word of mouth. To summarize, offline factors, perceive authenticity in architecture, perceive authenticity in traditional culture, and also aesthetics. They create memorable experiences. Such experiences will be shared through word of mouth very naturally. This highlights the importance of offline factors in tourism marketing, in particular in heritage destinations. For integrating online and offline factors, the figure 2 I'll show very soon shows how online factors combine and also interact with offline factors. Therefore, the joint impact of these two dimensions, they contribute to tourist word-of-mouth engagement. Therefore, tourism experiences are found to be multidimensional and also interactive. Okay, let me show you the figure 2, illustrating the joint impact of various factors on word of mouth. Continue for the methodology. For the heritage site selection, the old town of Lijiang in Yunnan province, China, was chosen for 3 major reasons. First of all, it was included in the UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1997 for its ability of preserving very authentic townscape. Secondly, it's about living cultural environment, combining very authentic architecture, business, and everyday life. And thirdly, lastly, about 3 main areas, because the core destination was surrounded by other heritage sites, which is actually perfectly aligned with the study objectives to explore tourists' broader impact beyond one single site. This is the map to show the layout of Lijiang from China to Yunnan to Lijiang, just give you a small sense of geography. For the quality method results, I have included 2 components within my research process: quality interview, in-person interviews to start with, and also survey to follow interviews. The purpose of interviews is to understand tourist perceptions of how online factors and also offline experiences, how they influence word of mouth, to generate deeper insights into the key drivers of word of mouth, as showed in previous research. To continue, we have conducted a total of 16 interviews in Lijiang, China, from June to July 2023, with each conversation ranging from 40 to 60 minutes each. The interviews was conducted outside Lijiang. We use a convenient sampling due to the challenge in having a representative frame. It's very normal in almost every study I had experience with. Participants were selected based on availability and also accessibility. To move on to the next table, I will talk about demographic features. Okay, so you can say that the age, education, and also place and origin, they are very diverse. This is why we did our best to interview the diverse population until we reach the theoretical saturation. To continue with the interview approach analysis, we conducted open-ended, semi-structured interviews with the focus areas, for example, authenticity, aesthetics, and word of mouth. The data were collected through audio recorded approach, verified through member checking, and also reach saturation theoretically. For content analysis, we developed from basic coding, from subcategories, and lastly to categories. Interesting tourists, they always link reaction to both sides. Online experiences, what they saw, plus pre-trip expectation, which were shaped by social media. Therefore, the interviews confirm that online and offline factors are strongly and deeply connected in contributing to word of mouth.
Excuse me.
Yeah, please.
Why you didn't include the outsider, like Western travelers or sort of things? Probably a lot of the Western travelers also enjoy pretty much the region, the city, Lijiang. If they include in your research, probably your the insight is much more fruitful.
Comprehensive. Yeah, thank you so much. That's a very good question. We did not include like a Westerner, like foreigner, tourist. However, very good questions because we thought about it. However, due to the study objectives, we did not considering the comparing the contrast different culture in our study. However, you propose a very good direction for me to proceed with another study, compare contrast people with different cultural background. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Let me continue. For survey, based on existing research and also quality interviews, we developed the survey using a 7-point Likert scale and use convenient sampling just as quality interviews. A total of 420 surveys were sent out with 384 valid responses back, representing a very solid, very strong response rate. We also did our best to control the quality. For example, we managed the time to enhance the validity of response and also handled incomplete surveys appropriately. Okay. For the data analysis, we conducted 3 key steps: EFA, CFA, and lastly, FSQCA. So EFA will assess the validity of the constructs which were derived from different sources. Secondly, we use CFA to validate the model fit measurement model and confirm reliability, validity. And lastly, for FSQCA, we identify causal combination. For example, how online and offline factors contribute to word of mouth jointly. For results, let's take a look at the sample profile from survey respondents. Okay, very interesting. Among the 384 respondents, female always occupy the majority, almost in my previous research I had experience with. We had relatively young tourists, and most are from outside the province, and the majority have a university degree, and most of them they browse social media platforms very frequently every day. Common method bias, we measure this as well because as shown as this slide, common method bias not considered a very significant issue in study. However, measuring it is very important because this gives us like a full confidence that our findings providing systematic pattern instead of random noise. For EF results, 2 items removed due to low loadings and PMO is appropriate. All factor loadings are very suitable for factor analysis. For CFA, this result also show very promising result. Therefore, the measurement model shows very good fit and very solid reliability and validity. Very exciting the result is FSQCA. We identify 5 distinct configurations that drive high-level word of mouth. You can notice the name of the 5 solutions. All models met the benchmark for consistency above 0.75, which shows the results are very robust statistically. For configuration 1, it's about positive effect and also perceived authenticity in architecture. Let me skip the demographic features and focus on the indicators, statistical indicators. Consistency and coverage are very different because consistency actually is a measure of significance. We don't use significance in FSQCA. We always use it as significance in SEM and also regression. For coverage means proportion. This means for configuration 1, the value shows substantial power towards word of mouth. There's no core condition, very interesting. However, peripheral conditions exist, although a little bit less critical, still play a role, okay? So we find that driver of word of mouth include positive effect and positive perceived authenticity of architecture. For implication, very important, destination need to preserve architecture to enhance authenticity and at the same time build emotional attachment to destinations. Therefore, both dimensions contribute to word of mouth jointly. For configuration 2 and also subsequent configurations, I'll skip this slide because the demographic features and also indicators are very similar. Let me focus on the implications. This configuration 2 include positive effect and order aesthetics, which means include online also offline dimensions. Positive effect and order aesthetics have become very important driver of word of mouth. For example, tourists feeling very happy, very pleased from online engagement, at the same time enjoying beautiful sights. This is why this finding extends and also substantiates previous research. It supports Dewey's aesthetic theory because emotion and beauty are connectedly closely and also strongly closely. Okay, for configuration 3, let me move to the implication 3. Social media stimulating imagination promotes word of mouth when combined with authentic cultural experiences. Therefore, destinations need to emphasize the power of storytelling and visual design. For example, they need to promote the online imagination with on-site authenticity. For configuration 4, imagination proclivity plus order aesthetics. This finding confirmed that social media stimulated imagination and aesthetics have become very important driver to word of mouth generation. Therefore, it extends and also reinforces previous research. In particular, destinations need to align their online storytelling with on-site aesthetics to promote word of mouth. For the last solution, last configuration, destination need to promote traditional culture and also order aesthetics. You probably noticed that both factors are purely offline, on-site experiences, thereby extending and supporting previous research. In particular, for Lijiang, destination need to emphasize the connection between traditional culture and order aesthetics in stimulating word of mouth. let's move on to conclusions. For the key contributions, okay, we identify 5 configurations which lead to high-level word of mouth. At heritage destination in particular, word of mouth is contributed by the complex offline and online connections. It shows how multi-dimensional experiences contribute word of mouth. Therefore, this study provides actionable suggestions for both theory and practice by highlighting not only the configurational feature of a tourist experience formation, but also the need for integrated experience design in heritage destinations and heritage marketing. Let me turn to the online side first. For social media context, imagination, prolificity, and positive effect were found to be contribute to word of mouth. There's no doubt, no question for that. And turn to the offline side. This slide shows very interesting information. The first 3 factors play very important role in enhancing word of mouth. In particular, the second one, perceived authenticity of a traditional culture, is considered to be the most critical on-site factor which shapes word of mouth for 4 configurations. Okay. Lastly, very interesting, oral aesthetics only show in configuration with very weak effect. What does it mean? Because you probably still remember I defined oral aesthetics about tourist feeling, right? So since Lijiang is always crowded with tourists, the people traveling to Lijiang always get very limited interaction with local people, which naturally lead to limited word of mouth impact. For implications, for the theoretical implications, overall, this study makes advancement in understanding word of mouth formation at heritage sites by developing and testing a configurational theoretical model to explain how different factors jointly influence word of mouth. This study also integrates 3 major stream of theories: experience economy, effective theory, and its complexity theory. First of all, this study integrates online and offline factors by identifying 6 key factors, online factors, including imagination, prolificity, and also positive effect. And on the other hand, offline dimensions, including perceived authenticity, architecture, perceived authenticity in traditional culture, order aesthetics, and lastly, oral aesthetics. Therefore, this study clarifies how digital and on-site experiences contribute to word of mouth jointly, providing a more holistic perspective, holistic framework for future research. Secondly, this study extends previous research in several aspects as shown on this slide. Overall, this study advances theoretical understanding of how and why specific combinations, connections trigger word of mouth. Thirdly, this study applies complexity theory via FSQCA in a very unique context of heritage destinations. Okay, overall, it also promotes a holistic methodological framework for understanding and also interpreting word of mouth formation in the very unique context of heritage destination. Let's move on to the practical implications, because we need to translate the results, the findings into practice. Overall, this study integrates online and offline resources by enhancing destination marketing and management, and also strengthening word of mouth through cohesive online and offline experiences. And let me turn to the offline side first. destination need to enhance on-site authenticity and aesthetics by promoting aesthetic architecture and also at the same time enhancing order aesthetics. Therefore, authenticity and aesthetics, they definitely advance engagement and promote high-level word of mouth. Let me turn to the online side. Destination need to strengthen emotion and also imagination by boosting positive fact. For example, they need to post destination related videos, photos, and update on different social media platforms, and also stimulate imagination prolificity. As a result, emotionally engaging and also inspirational digital content will naturally lead to engagement, sharing, and word of mouth. For Lijiang in particular, 5 configurations provide very useful, very valuable suggestion for the tourism industry. For example, configuration 1, 2, destination need to share eye-catching content via different official account. For example, Weibo, WeChat, Douyin, which is also TikTok. This approach enhance tourist positive emotion tourist effect, thereby stimulate word of mouth. Across all configurations, across all solutions, authenticity is very, very important in online and also offline experiences, especially for Lijiang, for heritage destinations. Okay, let me continue with limitation, also opportunity for future research.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a bit moment to a question for
Yeah.
this study.
Yeah.
You investigate on that online social media and online contents and offline experience together, which is definitely basically the important. The things I probably it's going to be a future research, but as you know, we are AI era, and then AI is generating contents. Very similar. The content is just like human created. So probably people are not likely yet to inspiring by the contents by AI generation. People definitely inclined to enjoy human man-made contents. But you know, a lot of companies are already invest on huge money for AI generative contents, and so probably your research can be replicated by the kind of a comparison online, offline, and AI generation.
Of course.
Generative contents. And also, like you mentioned, people superficially or just superficially or just surface-based contact local people and community. But from my personal experience, actually, I definitely I want to visit a local community and local village to have a bit experience about Lijiang or Seoul, whatever. But actually, it's not so easy to accessible deep into the local community and people. So the tourism business and tourism experience is all about the superficial and surface level experience rather than their life or their community level experience. So like in terms of authenticity, in terms of aesthetic point, we tourists, okay, I want to I want to visit Lijiang is because of the very traditional heritage site of the southern China. Definitely, I want to get some touristic experience. There is a surface level authentic and aesthetic point,
Yeah, yeah.
but tourism uh, tourism researchers and tourism professors keep talking about how we can be able to engage tourism activity and connecting to the local level or community and the local, real local for achieving uh, authentic and aesthetic points.
Mm-hmm.
But point of view from my experience, it's not easy, and
Yeah.
it's for tourists, we just accessible a little bit the surface level, photo and nice, local meal and a bit
Yeah.
of a taste.
Yeah.
And then I can say posting my photo and my comment onto the Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. Wow, I've been there, Lijiang, and this is my aesthetic experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is it. This is fantastic and delight moment.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, so actually is accessible, real deep local community and people
Mm-hmm.
and the heritage, intangible heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is another different story.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think
Indeed.
about that? What do you
Yeah,
think
I
about
love
that?
love your perspective. You're very knowledgeable in terms of tourism experiences, especially considering like AI,
Uh-huh.
because AI is super powerful.
Uh-huh.
Actually influence every day, everybody
Mm.
in
Yes,
the
yes.
room
Mm.
as also
Mm.
across the globe.
Mm.
So love your idea.
Mm.
Because definitely expand my horizon in
Mm.
how to extend its research incorporating your insights. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Indeed, it's no problem for me.
Mm.
Because nowadays authenticity actually very questionable,
Mhm.
especially for AI,
Mhm.
because um, think about the perspective, especially from AI
Mhm.
era,
Mhm.
people treat
Mhm.
authenticity from different perspectives.
Mhm.
Um, for example, you probably know that Labubu is very popular
Mhm.
for like young people, right?
Mhm.
However, we have real Labubu. We also have like, for example, fake Labubu.
Mhm.
Yeah. The fake Labubu is also very popular among
Mhm.
young people. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they also love the fake Labubu. They call it La Fufu. Yeah, a
Mhm.
lot. Yeah. So authenticity actually blurred by different people's perspectives.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Love
Yes,
your
yes.
perspective. Yeah.
So like the fake and
Yeah. The
and
fake, the real actually blurred nowadays. Yeah.
and there's no such a borderline
Yeah. There's
anymore.
no borderline. Yeah.
And the fake contents they are trying to make the fake
Hmm.
contents
Yeah.
just like a real one.
Yeah.
And we are trying to okay human nature and the human
Hmm.
being definitely we are pursuing that kind of authentic and aesthetic
Hmm.
uh, experience and then contents and
Hmm.
images
Hmm.
and then AI copy and paste of that human nature's
Yeah.
desire
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then providing to us hey this is a real one and
Yeah.
we don't catch that the borderline and then
Hmm.
oh it's so real and then
Hmm.
we realize that is fake
Hmm. Yeah.
uh, so we are living we are just beginning to that which one is fake which one is real
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
so
Definitely blurred.
how to configure
Yeah. Yeah. How we handle it. Yeah.
yes yes
Yeah. Uh,
Mhm.
shall we continue?
Sure Mm,
Oh yeah. So the first limitation, limited generalizability,
mm,
is actually very normal in
mm,
almost every study I had experienced.
mm,
Future research need to expand the sample across different demographic and also different cultural groups,
mm,
including possibly longitudinal data to enhance representative and also robustness. For the second one, they are constrained for the sample size and also data collections. As a result, future research need to investigate different stages, different phases of the travel experiences, for example, pre-trip, during the trip, and post-trip, and also including mixed method design for deeper insights into the mechanism of a word of mouth. For the third, platform-specific influences, because social media platform in China are very different. Weibo is not like a TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is not like Douyin. They're very different. So future research need to examine the roles of different social media platforms and also see how these features contribute to word of mouth. Fourth, future research need to expand predictor and outcomes to introduce additional different variables and outcomes to expand formation word of mouth. Overall, opportunity for future research provide richer insights into how integrated digital and on-site experiences promote word of mouth. To wrap up, this study provides us a very important reminder that word of mouth actually is an act of online offline factors. It's driven by emotion, imagination, authenticity, and aesthetics. It's not triggered by just one factor. Instead, it's created and also shaped by the connection of online offline experiences which reinforce each other. This is the last message. By blending theories, field works, and also digital perspectives, I hope this study provides conceptual clarity and practical pathways for us to understand that tourism can be more beautiful and more meaningful. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this very important, very meaningful platform. May I stop the sharing right now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Students are welcoming your question to her. Any question?
Please, happy to answer questions.
Manjun, you from the same province in China.
Oh, really?
He's from the Shandong province.
Oh, which part in Shandong province?
Yeah, from Zibo City.
Oh, yeah, Zibo. Yeah, I know.
It's famous for its barbecue.
Yeah, I know.
Barbecue?
Super popular. Yeah. Especially for last year, right? For last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for Professor Fu's lectures. It's very insightful. It's focused on the word of mouth online and offline effects. And in this research, we get the most important fact. I think it's the traditional culture. It's so interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so maybe it's so helpful for me. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you're so kind.
So the Shandong Run, right?
Yeah. Wow, you got it very accurately.
Shandong Run.
You know the language Chinese, right?
学汉语每天。
Wow,
学
yeah.
汉语，学汉语每
Amazing.
天我一点明白。
Oh, wow. Wow, amazing. Yeah.
Like Professor Xiaoxiao Fu, very 漂亮
Oh,
教授。
thank you so much.
Okay. Any other students? Wow. Dekil. She's from Lijiang, right? Dekil.
Okay.
No? Where is she?
I think she's speaking.
Okay.
It's calling me, Professor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Professor, yeah.
Thank you for your lecture. And it was very insightful for me. And I'm also come from Tibet.
Oh,
and
wow.
there are many contain history,
Historical, yeah.
architectures. And I was thinking to remove the theory in my context.
Yeah, very good. So you're minority? You're Tibetan?
Tibetan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very good. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
because of her, she is in my class. I'm using of her hometown, uh, her network, whatever her knowledge, and I'm asking her to guide me to explore Tibet province. And it's exactly the psychological distance. My expectation and imagination and fantasy toward the Tibet area arising from media and movies and I met Degel in my class and she said I'm from Tibet, so I'm surprising and
Wow.
I'm going to visit Tibet this winter
Oh.
and then
Very
she
cold,
come to
very
my
cold in
office
winter.
and explain detail how far each city and how difficult to get there and so my psychological distance is getting is near distance is so concerned and wow, should I go there?
Wow, for winter, it's so cold over there.
Oh, really? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I think it's
So
snowing
I'm afraid
already.
to go.
Yeah, it's snowing already. Yeah, in
Oh,
Tibet.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you been to Tibet?
No, never. Because I'm always afraid of the height. Yeah,
I see. I
yeah,
see. I
yeah.
see. Mhm.
However, we need to go because it's very beautiful over there in Tibet.
Yes, yes. This
Yeah.
fantasy,
Yeah. We should pick a different month to visit Tibet instead of winter. How about summer?
summer.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah,
Summer.
yeah.
Okay, Kimboram. What's your opinion about her presentation and what's your idea? I can't hear you. I
You're
think
muted,
you're
right?
mute.
Yeah.
Can you hear my
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I can
Good.
hear you.
no?
Yeah, please.
Hi.
I cannot hear
Yes.
her.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Please. Yeah, please go ahead.
Can you hear my
Yeah, I can.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. First of all, thank you for the professor's informative or insightful lecture. And then I have a really small question.
Please.
Yeah. Uh, as you said, when combining various theories, what are the points to note? Because I think it is still difficult for me to properly apply the most suitable theories, and uh this is I have a curiosity about
Yeah. Very good question. However, you need to go back to the literature first and then read a lot of them and think about your, first of all, identify the study gaps and then how use the decision research to build the connection from the research gaps to your study objectives. And then you will develop your theoretical foundations to support your study objectives. It's a very natural process. Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Read a lot. Yeah.
Read a lot.
Yeah, read a
Right.
lot. Yeah.
Read and attempt to
Yeah.
do the research.
Yes.
It's a by mistake learning by
Yes.
mistake.
Yes.
Okay, Yun Sojin, what's your opinion?
Actually, it's great honor to have your lecture on this conference. So yeah, great. I think at this time I do have any specific question on your lecture. So if if I will have the question, I will ask you personally, please.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, at this moment, yeah, I do not have that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Send it
Okay.
to my email. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Not a good question.
Sorry for
Yangjun? No? Okay. We have from India.
You're a
Evita.
Peking student.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very insightful and informative research paper. Thank you for your presentation. And for like Indian visitors, like we have a lot of tourists, and this theory, I think if I can implement in our tourism, it would be helpful for our country. So yeah, it's very insightful. Thank you for your lecture today.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Like India, like China is the most populated country and the most the heritage site they have, and
Yes.
but people like yeah, people is not so easy accessible to those two countries comparing to other or Europe's. So definitely as for tourism experience and tourism site is as a tourism professor, uh, definitely we need to visit those two countries and explore the local, and heritage site, and which is inspiring us to do research further. And
yeah, indeed. Yeah, I agree with
yes,
Professor, because we need to extend our perspective into different land, different places. Yeah.
Have you do the research of your hometown, the blending with the Confu
Confucius?
philosophy?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Why not? Like red tourism is very powerful in China, and as far as I know, people research a lot about red tourism
Red tourism.
and Mao Zedong
Yeah,
hometown.
like a
And
politics, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So then means Confucius is the most important philosopher in world history. And if you are born there and grown up there, definitely the brand is powerful, and then that brand is affected hugely to the tourist. And if you know, I think that confused is kind of it's not a destination brand, but philosophical brand engaging with the destination. It's kind of endorsement theory.
Yeah. Endorsement. Yeah.
So I want to go visiting your hometown because of
please.
Confu, not because of destination. That means the China is a lot of good philosophers there, and the ancient philosopher that could be endorser, historic endorser to bring the travelers and the learning about the ancient Chinese philosophy. But as far as I know, the Chinese scholar in China in the U.S. probably not too much attempt that kind of old history and
like a root.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a Chinese, but I know well aware of the Chinese culture and the history. And as I told you, the terms of tourism, 观光, and the terms of travel is Liu,
Mhm.
and in terms of hospitality is Hwande or
Mhm.
that is appearing already 3,000 years ago
Mhm.
in your book.
Mhm. Yeah,
When
Professor,
we are
you're
studying Western
yeah,
textbook.
yeah. You're warmly welcome to my hometown. Just let me know when. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions from student side? Mr. Im Young-ju? No? Okay. The semester is almost
Oh,
fastly
yeah,
crossing, and
yeah.
so we are soon happy moment in the winter vacation.
Yeah.
Are you coming to China?
From Macau, right? Macau
Not
first.
Macau, no, your hometown.
Oh yeah, please.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
I'll add you on WeChat. I know your
okay.
name. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Shall we take a picture, like a group picture on the Zoom?
Sure.
Yeah. Could you do it?
I will
Yeah.
do it and then sharing it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Hold on.
Mm.
Wow, great. Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, I
Thank you
want
so much.
one last question. This
Mhm.
is I don't know the exactly why the Chinese people replicated your name, Xiaoxiao, Yang
Mhm.
Yang.
Yeah.
Specific reason for that?
It's a double name for my
Uh,
generation. For example,
uh-huh.
Yang Yang and Xiaoxiao.
We
Yeah.
Koreans never do that, but why
Yeah.
you Chinese do the double names
Just for my generation. Yeah.
for your generation?
Yeah. Not for
Why?
like a latest generation. Yeah. Because double name is very popular, was very popular in my generation. Yeah.
So why you made that kind of pattern in your generation?
Because a lot of people have the same like a double name. Very easy to remember.
That's why? That's it?
Yeah.
Just it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, Asian Chinese books never found in the double name or repeated name in the book. But you know, currently I met a lot of the Chinese scholar and in a conference, and I happened to meet like the double name Yang Yang and the Xiao Xiao and
Uh-huh.
Chao Chao. So
Yeah.
it's something kind of a fashion in the modern Chinese culture,
Just
1960,
for
70,
people who
80.
were born
Uh,
in between 80 to
uh,
90, that's
uh,
10 years
uh,
generation. Yeah.
uh,
A lot of people have the double name. After people like were born after 90s,
uh,
they don't have a double name anymore. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So your last name is a Fu,
Yeah.
is
Fu.
meaning
Yeah.
is blessed,
Fu means rich.
rich. Fu. Ah, 부자 되세요,
Pay
부자.
money. Pay
부자.
money.
So you come from rich family.
No. Just the name is pay money.
Ah, okay.
Please pay money to me.
Okay. I see. Okay, thank you very much. Today's class is wrapping up. Once again, I'm very thankful to the Professor Xiaoxiao Fu and great lecture and a great the presentation for our students. They will definitely will read your articles about online offline the experience in social media, and probably some of here PhD students will meet you in the future.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you.
Yeah.